So, hello again. This is Verde, and today I have a microphone. Yeah, I know I forgot last time, but that's fine. I got 3 random things, so let's just do a high difficulty mission, right? I wonder if we should value drift here. The higher the difficulties, the more drops, and the more drops, well, oh, death mark. The more drops, the more strong we get. Prod mods. Are we getting prod mods? Yes, so let's try to do... We have rerolls. We'll save them for purples or for blues, I suppose. Let's try to make a death mark thing. The issue with a death mark run is that it has some troubles killing the king lurker. Therefore, we should try to avoid it, if all possible. So let's try to avoid it, if all possible. First of all, we are in between 2 lava lakes. Therefore, I believe we should have some structures like flamethrowers, which are good in close combat, I would say. What do we have in terms of specializations? Those are something to be aware of. You need to figure out some specs. None of this actually is what we're looking for. Let's recycle. I should have rerolled, but I'll save the rerolls for the purples. There we go, we got that. I want that upgrade, which makes us... Ken is not bad, but I think King of the Hill... Yeah, King of the Hill makes it so that we want to do that. More XP. More XP is nice. Let's build a behemoth here just to reveal some radius. I think that the thing is over there somewhere. So, yeah. Let's try to gather a little bit control over this area. I want the death mark over all else. That's my current idea. This is particularly good, I think, with the flamethrowers. So none of this. Let's recycle. Still, we don't quite need the thing yet, even though it would be cool to have it earlier. The spec is not that bad to have it later, too. Yeah, that flamethrower is doing a lot. Look at that. That way we can basically drain the lava. That's the goal there. Yeah, funny. That flamethrower was destroyed. Funny. Let's build one of those. There we go. Now that we have crossed, let's get some machine learning. Why not, right? We got some real estate over this area. Let's try to further invest in that direction, I suppose. Yeah, see, that's a lurker and some fire bats. I don't think they spawn in this biome. Actually, the fire bats, I think they do. But... Huh. Funny, for a moment there, I believed that this thing was another biome. So what do we have here? Nothing that we really care about. Let's reroll. There we go. I really want lubricant. So that thing is auto-casted, and so is this thing. Right? That way we can, like, place a flamethrower there. You know, this is a very deep lava thing, I would say. Therefore, it's very good to monetize it. And with this, we can monetize it pretty well. It's basically the same strategy as the nuke farm last episode, you know? This time by using, well, not nukes, but other way of making use of the endless, not particularly endless, but the high rates of spawn that are given by this region. So we have one prod mod. Let's hope for more. This thing is going down, however, thing is, it has a minimum of 1% per 1% of your level. Therefore, eventually it will just, yeah, will just provide a little bit of experience, I would say. We're getting across here. Sure, let's reduce our cooldowns. Cooldown reduction is something that I think it is particularly good for us. You know? Because cooldown reduction means more more of that. No, we are looking for a few things. More death mark, more supply drops. And that's it, actually. Also, this biome is very good for us in general. This biome is pretty good. 14%. It's not that much right now. 12%. Oh, look at that. What's going on? What is going on? So we want to build next to the lava as frequently as we can to have more of these guys. Good grief. That's a lot of death marks. It's a lot of death marks. Good grief, that's a lot of enemies in general. What more levels, though? I know that my objective is to kill the King Lurker. Just not doing it right now. Is that fine with you, video game? Yeah, I think these guys, especially given my current... I don't care about neither, though. Let's get that. Given my current level of... well... stronger gears, they turn very fast. And turning very fast means that they can have a very good impact on that. Yeah, less cooldown, sure. Even less cooldown. That means a lot of death mark is applied to everyone. Okay. A lot of death mark. Sure, more growth. We need to keep drilling the lava ocean. What do we have here? More machine learning, sure. The idea is to push the lava ocean to a point where it generate a lot of resources for us through the means of supply drops. And I think it's working. You know, I think it is working. Look at how fast that thing goes. I know, it only gives us 3% per things, and that's because I haven't been getting that much lucky and getting more of it. More death mark in general. But the thing is, I am using so much death mark that my enemies are very weak when they get close to us. I think that's particularly good. Let's try to sell all of these structures. You know? Because we don't need them anymore, and we rather go a little bit closer to the drilling operation that we are currently doing. The deeper we go into the lava ocean, more enemies will spawn, I think. I don't know. Like here, we have an opportunity to towards going there. Still, no more. Oh, finally, some death mark. I would actually prefer supply drop over, because supply drops mean, well, more experience overall. What do we have here? I don't care for neither, but neither here was good. Not bad at all. Look at that. Look at how destroyed they get when they're close. Sure, I think this is pretty nice. Let's place another flamethrower there. And there. Oh. Next one is a gray one. Sure. See, they're just getting destroyed. Somewhat quickly, too. Very slowly, we're draining through the sea. It's quite funny to say. Get it? Say. What is lagging the game like that? I don't know. Is that a rock? Reef, a rock. Let me destroy that. Got a lag report. I assume it is because of these guys that I've been dropping quite a lot. They're 8% right now. It's not bad. So let's try to place more and enable that again. There we go. When there are way too many mobs alive in general, I think I will need to switch the algorithm for targeting stuff with the death mark. Not only death mark, AoEs in general. Especially, well, I think you can know why, right? Yeah, let's turn it off real quick. I think there is... What's going on? I don't know what's going on precisely. What is giving me so much lag? So, here... Crits are good. This one increases our attack speed, and this one makes our things crit. We use flamethrowers. So I guess increasing attack speed is nice. 80% more attack speed and flamethrowers means just 80% more damage. And we're doing fine in terms of damage. We actually need to go a little bit further. Got another purple there. Great. What's going on with those guys? So I don't care about neither of those, but I guess more option is good. Will you ever die? I don't think so, right? Not via common means. Not via this thing. I don't know why they're slow, though. See, 38. But this thing is based on the current HP? So I don't know. Don't know if I'll ever be able to kill them by using that method. Perhaps I should have another active ability, just for finishing enemies off. Something like Smite could do it. Another purple, huh? And we got 2 more options, which is great. So, I don't really like these options. Let's reroll. Productive modules. We only got one, sadly. Excuse me, can you please not? Yeah, the game is really trying to remind me that I gotta kill a king lurker. I'm not having any of it. Those guys will eventually take damage, right? I don't think so. Let's get more growth. Should not have done that. Perhaps that. Oh, another purple one coming. I like purple ones quite a lot. I need something to finish my enemies off. That was a little bit weird, but you know what? That isn't bad per se. I think that Jack of all trades is a little bit better though. Let's see how many we got. We got 2 because courtesy of our 28%. We're getting lots of this, but not so much. Like, we only have 1 level of it, right? And it's giving us a lot of XP. Smite. There we go. There we go. Those guys are cleared. We can now turn that thing back on. The Smite is doing fantastic work. Look at that. Its damage is not that high, but the thing is, we just need something to finish our enemies off. Oh god, look at this mess. At this point, I don't think my enemies will ever get near our things. It's great. That's precisely what I wanted. For them to never really have any chance whatsoever. And the thing is, as long as we don't face a king lurker, I don't think we will have any problems. Because this is based on the current HP, right? So let's just keep going. Let's see how far can we get this. These things. I guess auto shields is nice because smite damage is based on how many barriers we have. We got more death mark. Our death mark is at 10% right now. We got finally our 2nd level's fly drop. That's great. Right now it isn't our main source of levels, but eventually it could be. We also got more death mark, which is great. Once death mark has enough initial damage that insta-kills everything, I think we can call it a success, right? Another purple. Please be prod mod. Please be prod mod. No prod mod. We're just sad. We'll get minus cooldown because that's more levels. Eventually. Not right now though. That's not particularly great. What about more death mark? Death marks the spot, I suppose. And the thing about growth, you know, is that it automatically expands our drilling operations. And since I believe we're killing most enemies by using... See, those enemies. Let's take a look at them. No enemies. You know, they were basically destroyed by the simple virtue of death mark and supply drop. And the other thing, we got a purple coming up at level 120. What could we have here? Clone Factory is not that bad, but I rather prefer to have a little bit more control of our growth. Yeah. I marked this with a notch. That means that this has a little bit preference. And there we go. We got 3% for 45 kills. You know? That's our current growth rate. Yeah, Jack of all trades is nice, I think. It's not what we were looking for, but this guy only influences the cap, like how many upgrades can we get up to. So, steadily, sometimes, at least sometimes, doesn't particularly do what we need. Now the purple coming. Prod mods, okay, only 3 of them, 40% now. There we go. At this point, we should probably set things for our commons, right? I rather prefer if I got capacitors. Like, I think capacitors are very good for us. Just that. This is not that bad, but at the same time... Yeah, I know, video game, I'm just not trying to. Chill. Chill, you know? We are draining the lava ocean. And making resources out of that. How does that feel? I'll actually turn off growth. Because I'd rather... not grow towards that direction. 4% per thing. Look at how fast we're leveling up. 42. I don't know why the sound is not popping up. I cannot make that sound with my mouth. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We're just committing so many war crimes per second. You know? 10 levels on Death Mark. Just some more to go, like 86 more to go. Sometimes the things just spawn right on top of us. We shouldn't really care about that. Sure, second to the Megan, the things, I think Foundation is great. You know, prod mods, and we only got 1. We are very unlucky today. As far as prod mods go. The thing about prod mods is that that chance is somewhat linear. You know? I think. I don't know at that point. Also, I don't like when my enemies spawn right on top of my stuff. No, I don't want any of these, really. Let's just fill the gaps. Sure, let's get some machine learning. I think machine learning is pretty great in this scenario that we're running. It's not a scenario, no. 149, 160, we got a purple. What's going on over there? We got a lag report. Yeah, sure, mine is cool now. Let's use even more war crimes per second. That's precisely what we need, actually. At this point, I think this guy is actively lagging my game quite a lot. So let's stop using it a little bit. We need some ways of actually killing our enemy. We're getting more lag reports without that, so let's turn that on. Turn that back on. Never mind, the game just gave me a... No, I'll keep going. What's going on? Why is it lagging so much suddenly? It was okay like 5 seconds ago. Is it because my enemies got to a certain threshold? For resilience or something? Well, more experience gain is it's nice in general. Like, what's going on? Why is it suddenly also this laggy? Let's read the next lag report the game throws at me. So we got to figure that out. I'll be reading it. 1 second, people. Let's see. Okay, it seems like there are way too many death marks going on. Okay. There are way too many death marks going on. Let's turn it off real quick. Like the processing, the on-hits effects for all of the death marks was the thing that was causing all of the lag. And eventually, when all of the death marks die... Well, I think that's the issue. I have a perpetual cycle of death marks here. Something like that. Sure, this is a little bit better, but... Let's see if the number of death marks came down. We got... Yeah, it went down a bit. More prod mods, great. And I got 2 of them, which is fantastic, really. So let's see the number of death mark hits. Yeah, it went down quite a lot. It is still what's causing most of the lag, but it went down quite significantly. So the issue that I got there, so let's turn growth back on just to have some growth. The issue that I got there was an infinite loop of death mark. You know? Because, see, some enemies are still affected by those death marks. That happened way too long ago. Well, these guys are mostly fine, but we are not using them for anything, right? Right now, I think we could, like, put some flamethrowers in the Vanguard. On the prow. I don't know what's the name of that. That should suffice to avoid this. Needing death mark for now. I will still keep growing it. You know, because, well, the objective here is to make death mark kill everything. So how many do we get? 2, there we go. 87%. Oh god. What's going on? Those guys. I don't like those guys. Look at the size of the death marks. You know, that is a thing to keep in mind. The death marks are enormous. You know, and every time this triggers, and it triggers multiple times a second, we get 4% of a level. I'm hoping for more of these, but we do what we can, right? Oh god, we lost a significant part of our base there. More XP, sure. Let's keep growing. And going. Both of those things. Oh god. Perhaps it is time to throw a little bit of a death mark there. We kinda need tombstone, if we can get it. It doesn't seem like we can get it. Take a look at the clone factory to see what it gives us. Accelerated projectile, sure. Impulsive seal, not bad. It is very rare that a clone factory gives us anything that's higher of a tier than tier 1. But at least we got 2 clone factories, which will be producing 87% more than normally. Because, well, we got many productivity modules. And that's the goal there, to have this thing. We already have 5% on this, which is great. 5% is a lot, because it is triggering multiple times a second. I don't particularly know how much of our experience is coming from that, but I do know that it is a significant number. So what do we have? More experience? I don't quite remember if that experience multiplies this. Really hope so. If that's the case, we should be getting a lot from it. And we are leveling up quite fast. More prod mods. There we go, 10. We have a 3% chance of getting 3 of the things. No. And also, we'll turn off growth. Because we are not only conquering the sea, but soon we will be facing a king lurker if it keeps growing like that. Also, I kinda want to have my things protected. And it is kinda hard to do so if we keep needing to place more flamethrowers. See, this is how the things look at the surface. Very complicated, it seems. So, what do we have here? We could get even less cooldown, but I'm willing to get tombstone. Just so not having to worry about expansion anymore. I know that we just disabled growth because we don't want more expansion. But the thing is, the cells like that one, I prefer them to be automatically filled. You know, that kind of thing. So, P-Box. P-Box is not bad, but I think I'll be getting more friendly. Most buildings that are actually firing at the lava, funnily enough, I'm just throwing flames at the lava, you know? But, yeah, we're way past the usual level for this. Let's get this to have a little bit of knockback. Knockback is not that bad. And see, now the blob, whatever this is, can somewhat fix itself. We are at 13 death marks. And 7% level per thing, per supply drop. I think we will want to do something like this. Tech speed is nice, machine learning is not that bad. You know, just to keep increasing that thing. Because we are going to have a lot of levels, I suppose. There's a lot of enemies down south without any flamethrower coverage. Let's fix that. See, even though we are still getting some things going on, you know, placing more flamethrower is always great. Look at the speed on that. You know, that's fantastic. Look at the speed on that. You know, we are already 87 capacitors. We don't have enough death mark though. Or prod mods. By the way, every upgrade is at least 2 upgrades. There's that. Purple, purple. Let's see what we get. Really? I guess frostbite. We can have 3 of them. You know, because we got the 3% going. 9. Oh god, where? Okay, just all over the place, really. We have 9 things. Look at the speed of our levels. We are exponentially leveling up. 11%. Let's go. I think we're reaching critical mass of level ups. 1 second, people. I am back. So, yeah, game, I know that my goal was to kill the King Lurker. However, I'm having fun over here, right? Trying to create some more of those guys in the borders. Because I think that they're neat. Also, this thing gives me, like, 6 upgrades? Not complaining. Certainly not complaining. How? 2 million. I guess why not, right? Guess why not? At this point, we are pretty tough. Let's place a thing there just to clear those. If we can. I don't know how well we can, though. We're getting a lot of levels per second. That's for sure. But the game is not liking what we are doing to it. Not by 1 bit. Not even 1 bit. Let's go. I think that's not a lag report coming, right? Right. Let's take a look at it, right? Why not? What is going on? What is reporting the lag? Let's see. It says here. That... honestly, just flamethrowers. And we keep going without... I think the flamethrowers are causing all that much lag. Because... there are way too many enemies. That's fine, though. See? This is how the situation looks at the surface. Perhaps we should put some behemoths here and there. Just to help. I don't know if they will help. Let's see how fast they fire. Oh, good grief. Got projectile speed on the thing, right? I have 48 of them. So, yeah. Also, I'm getting a lot of levels, but this thing is going on slow motion. Look at how many seconds it takes to pass a second. Right. Perhaps I should value drift. Just to stop the situation. Let's value drift. So that we have less enemies. Let's go. Because the game is really not liking what I'm up for. We got a timeout victory. Perhaps I could use Deathmark and Lightning now. Let's see how laggy does that get. lot. Good grief. Let's turn that off real quick. This whole farming strategy is something that will certainly get nerfed. And that is the source of the lag right now. Look at how many enemies are there. You know? That is the issue in general. And now, it will take a while for the death mark stacks to die away. Honestly, I think it is just time to end it here. If we get another timeout... Oh, I will take it, actually. Because... yeah, turns out I farmed way too many things. And now that they don't die immediately... I don't think I can kill them anymore. And by not killing them anymore, yeah, you'll see the issue, right? I'll take the next timeout victory. Video game. The issue is, when one of these lava bubbles, they spawn, they drain lava over a very large area. Okay, and that's not laggy by itself. There we go, let's leave it. They drain lava over a very large area, and that makes it so that they can spawn over and over again if there is enough lava, you know? I should increase their lava draining abilities. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this lag fest, you know? And I hope to see you guys next time.